Hey there guys, this is Grunt, and today we are back on XCOM 2. It's been a little while since I last was on this, especially on the channel, but I want to check out the new pack that came out, the Tactical Legacy pack, which came out today, as in Tuesday the 9th. And this has added a bunch of extra content to the game, which we're going to take a look at. Now if you're interested in the Legacy pack, this is only available if you own the War of the Chosen version of the game. Right now, actually on Steam, you can play the game for free for the next couple of days. I think it's from the 9th until the 12th if you're interested in trying it out on PC. So load up Steam and check it out on there. You should be able to just install it and play it straight away. So it's worth checking out if you're interested. So we're going to have a look what's been added to the game. So first up, we've got the Legacy Hub here. This has added 3 new sections of the game, well, 3 new game modes. And we're going to take a quick look at them all. We're also going to look at the other stuff that's in the pack as well. So first up, we've got the Challenge Archives. This is where we can go into the Challenge mode, which you can select on the main menu anyway, and you can play a bunch of the challenges that have been recently archived on the game. So you don't have to always worry about missing out on a challenge. Or if you wanted to give a challenge another go, since the Challenge mode only lets you play each mission once, you can go here and select one and give it a go. So that's really cool. We've also got the Skirmish mode here, where we can customize a mission for ourselves. We can make ourselves a little squad of like whatever sort of units we're wanting. We can only choose the standard stuff that's in the game already, so you can choose anything from regular soldiers through to Sparks, Skirmishers, Reapers, Templars, etc. And you can adjust them. You can also change their abilities and equipment, even their rank. And on here you can also change like a map's details, like the style of map it is, like if it's a small town or some slums, the type of mission you want to do. There's a lot here, different versions. You can even change the biome. So you can go to the desert, the forested area, or the winter tundra. It's really cool. You can choose your opponents as well, like the sort of enemies you'll be going up against. So you can select one of these groups here and you go up against those in the mission. And you can select a difficulty. So that's cool. It's a cool little way just to do a quick mission here and there without having to worry about going into the campaign mode and stuff. And then finally we've got the Legacy Operations, which is like the main chunk of this DLC. Now this is a new mode where we've got a few missions which take place between Enemy Unknown, the previous XCOM game, and this one. So it sort of tells the story between that. We follow our good friend Bradford through all these missions, and we learn about stuff that he had to do once XCOM fell at the end of the previous game. There's apparently unlocks as well, but it looks like it unlocks the next set of missions when you complete one set. And then we've got the Resistance Archives, which generates new Resistance missions. From my understanding, these Resistance operations allow us to create a mission, and then we end up playing like a series of missions that keep getting more difficult as we go along. I'm not 100% on that, but that's from my understanding from the blurb that's available. A few of the other things that have been added to the game with this is we've got a new soundtrack and an old soundtrack. So besides having the standard XCOM 2 War of the Chosen soundtrack, we've also now got the XCOM Enemy Unknown soundtrack from XCOM Enemy Unknown, which came out in 2012. That includes the music that came with Enemy Within as well. And then we've got a reimagined version of XCOM UFO Defense, which is the original XCOM game which came out in the 90s. And you're hearing that right now on the menu. I've actually switched that over because I was interested to hear what it sounds like. Besides all the stuff we've got here, they've also added to the game 28 new maps, which include remastered maps and scenes from XCOM Enemy Unknown and Enemy Within. So you'll see some familiar places that have been reimagined or remastered. You'll see those maps actually in these archives. You can actually see a preview of the gas station there actually, in that little image. We also have some new weapons and armor, which are all like reimagined versions of previous weapons, like the laser weapons, for example. and some of the other armors and weapons we saw in Enemy Unknown, like the Titan armor, for example. We can unlock those actually by beating all of the Central's archives, so once we beat all this, we can unlock them. There's also some new attitudes and helmets for customizing your soldiers with. Unfortunately, I don't seem to have those. I think you have to unlock those as well, because I couldn't seem to find them on my soldiers. And that comes with some additional backgrounds and character poses and stuff for the photo booth. So we've got a lot here. It's a really cool package. It's quite a hefty addition to the game, considering it's like a free DLC. And I believe it's free up until the end of December, sometime. After which it becomes $7.99. But that's only if you don't own War of the Chosen right now. And once you do buy War of the Chosen or buy the complete edition of XCOM 2, you get that with it. So, we're not going to do a whole lot today, but I wanted to check out the first mission of Blast from the Past, just to see what it's like. So we're going to go ahead and try it out. So we've got a couple of different things on here actually. Here's the difficulty options for the game. We've got Story, which is like the normal mode, and then we've got Nightmare, which is like a harder mode. We can't access Legend or Rookie though, because apparently Central, as in John Bradford, he seems to remember things not being too easy or too hard, so we're sort of going in between. We'll try it out on just regular story mode for now. I'd normally go into like the harder modes, but I want to just show it off in a video for now, and then after that I'll play Nightmare mode.
Alright people, story time. This was almost 20 years ago, so my memory might be a little hazy. With XCOM gone and no sign of any survivors from HQ, I had somehow fallen in with a couple of other misfits the aliens hadn't managed to kill yet. We mostly kept our heads down and scavenged what we could, until one day we found a map. A map claiming to point towards a human sanctuary, a gathering place for those of us still out there. We were suspicious, of course, but we didn't really have much else to lose. 5 minutes in either direction and we would have never met. But for whatever reason, my little group seemed to get along pretty well. We weren't much more than wandering vagabonds at that point, but the map gave us a purpose, something to work towards. That meant moving through occupied territory, though, so this was sure to be a test of our resolve.
So here we go, we've got the scoring system for this. 9,000 for enemies killed, 10,000 for completing an objective, and we lose points for wounded soldiers and killed soldiers. An early bird bonus is granted for scoring mission objectives and kills on the first turn. It seems to follow the challenge structure for the scoring, which makes sense for going for the unlocks, but it's kind of cool, like it tells like a little bit of a story of each mission as well. So, let's see if we can find these aliens and see what we're up against.
Headed there now.
So we've got Bradford, he's a ranger actually, which I didn't expect. I expected him to be something else, but hey, it is what it is. We've got Daryl.
Moving out.
It looks like he's got the machine gun from the previous game for the heavy class. Looks like it might have got a couple of mods on it from the looks of things.
Affirmative, covering now.
Whoops. Pressed the wrong key. I can't remember what my zoom key was. Yeah. It must have been a mod that I had, what I used last, which added like a zoom function, so I could zoom into different things. But it's kind of cool. He's got the machine gun from XCOM Enemy Unknown. And Sophia here has the modified version of the assault rifle from Enemy Unknown as well.
En marcha a las coordenadas designadas.
Let's see. Is there anywhere we can go up here with our sniper? Is that worth doing?
Good to go.
We'll do it. I wonder what we're actually going to fight against, because I don't think Advent have born yet at this point. As a faction.
I had been moving in the fringes, surviving on whatever I could, wherever I could. Truth be told, I had just about given up on everyone by then. Our so-called leaders had already told the world the fight was over, and I was in no position to convince anyone otherwise.
Oh, we got Faceless. We did see some drawings of Faceless in the loading screen, actually. I wonder if these are going to be our main enemies. Let's check out these machine guns. Well, it's good to see they're just as accurate as they were on Enemy Unknown. Yeah, we've got to make sure we try and take these guys down before they run up to us. We don't want any injuries. It's kind of cool to see the old weapons, but like they are like modified with weapon attachments you can use in the game. And it's cool to see like the old armor as well. Like it's kind of like all beat up, and you can tell like these guys haven't been doing too well after XCOM fell. Can I reach a grenade over there? I can't. How accurate am I from here? 69% is actually not too bad. That's probably because of the difficulty more than anything, but we'll go with it. Nicely done, Bradford.
Enemy down.
Orders confirmed. Moving out.
It kind of reminds me of Hotline Miami sort of music. This reimagined version of the old music. You know you want to miss, Mr. Faceless? Yes.
There's heavy fire in this zone.
I don't remember all the details, especially how I made it out of the base back then. I woke up in a smoking pile of rubble and crawled as far as I could. Beyond that, it was a lot of dark, bitter days in between.
I'm enjoying the extra narrative they added into the missions. It's kind of cool to hear Bradford talk about his time like surviving XCOM after it fell, and how XCOM was destroyed by the aliens, and how he's just survived by crawling out of rubble and stuff. It's kind of cool. Let's shoot this guy with a sniper. I wanted to save a sniper shot, but we'll wait. Faceless. Yeah, it's kind of cool to hear Bradford talk about some of the things that happened in between the games.
Heading out.
I'm curious to find out more.
We had hoped we could scavenge a few supplies, maybe find something to eat at the diner. Unfortunately, the aliens didn't give us a whole lot of time to look around.
No, they're not going to give us that much time to do anything. I'm pretty sure of it.
That's affirmative.
It would have been cool if they added like another class or two into the game, but I can understand why they haven't as well. I mean, this game is a couple of years old now, so I'm not expecting tons of extra stuff like that, but it's still kind of cool to get extra content for the game either way. Don't blow up the petrol tank in front of you. That pump will blow you away, Bradford, and this story will be over. Actually, I wonder if Bradford dies if he says something about how that didn't happen or something.
It's strange to think what it was like back then, before Advent became the front. There were plenty of aliens, but a lot less barking. Stranger still is how quickly people forgot what the real faces of the war looked like. You wouldn't think the novelty of alien invaders would ever wear off.
It's pretty standard, like,
This is for you.
beginner mission, this one, but still, it's fresh. but it's also nostalgic in a way. It's kind of interesting. This map is one that I played quite often in my playthroughs, both on my channel and off of the channel. It would be cool to see some of the other ones, actually, if they've been, like, redone as well. I think probably all of them, or most of them have been redone for this DLC. Now I'd assume the last of the enemies are over here.
In the early days, the Faceless weren't even disguised half the time. And there were all kinds of silly-ass rumors about shape-shifting animals, vehicles, all kinds of things. That made trust even harder to come by among strangers.
It's kind of interesting the Faceless didn't even try to hide.
Grenade out!
No, it would have been cool if we saw Thin Men. I mean, I know the Thin Men are supposed to be the Vipers in disguise, but it would have been cool, actually, to have that as like a little bit of a throwback, to have some Thin Men on the missions. And to integrate them into the campaigns, where like sometimes the Vipers are disguised as Thin Men and sometimes they're not. But that's just me, like, coming up with like extra ideas, which I'm sure people will probably just like mod that sort of stuff into the game anyway, because this is going to be compatible with mods, I'm sure. And people will mod like aspects of this into the main game. That's one of the great things about this game, just like how moddable it's become, and like how many mods there are available for it on the PC version.
Still up!
You gonna mind control him? Okay, she's been panicked.
We had to make do with whatever weapons we could scrounge up. We didn't know a whole lot about the alien tech back then. I figured if we actually found anything XCOM built, at least I could count on it being pointed at the aliens first.
Draining ammo fast. I'm back in!
Oh, I should have gone for the sword attack. Well, time to snipe him. Hopefully. Bye-bye, sectoid.
No longer a threat.
And that's mission complete, it looks like.
The first day went well, but now the aliens knew we were up to something.
You know, I'd be really interested, actually, to hear some of the other dialogue in the game. Like, I imagine there's probably more dialogue if you continue the mission for longer. More than 7 turns, like I did. But it would be kind of cool as well to hear, like, what he says, like, if some of the soldiers are killed in the mission, or if somehow Bradford gets killed in the mission. I'm wondering if he, like, comments on that and says, no, wait a minute, that's not how this went. It'd be kind of funny if that's, like, a thing. And I'd be interested to try that out. Let's take a mission photo, why not? Blast from the past. So apparently on the photo booth as well, there are new background options if you were to use like a background rather than just the standard ones that were available. They've added some new ones in. We've also got some other things in here, I think. Like new formation, maybe. Oh no, it's like new poses for our guys. And new filters, I think. I don't know. There's stuff in there to mess around with, but I'll probably do it at some point anyway. I like this redone version of the Interceptor theme from the original XCOM. From UFO Defense. It's pretty cool. With the guitar in it.
Our first stop yielded a few decent upgrades, but nothing that was going to set the world on fire. And there was only so much we could take with us. We had to travel light if we were gonna keep up this pace.
This guitar. It's going mental. So, we get a choice of an upgrade as well, which is kind of cool for these missions. So we could get some utility items, which would be kind of useful actually. Getting a battle scanner with a sniper and getting the proximity mine. The mimic beacon would be really important actually. Or we can get some PCS upgrades to upgrade our guys. I think I want the equipment though more than I want the PCS upgrades. And they're all ranked up as well. So they got new abilities. I guess they're all preset abilities. And you can also see what else they've picked up. We also managed to get another soldier. Veronica. Another grenadier. And you can see her armor and what she's carrying. It's a really cool way to put in new content actually, this. I kind of like it. So, this is our progress so far. So there's going to be 7 missions apparently on this one. And I think that's the case with the other ones, for at least from what I could tell anyway, the other Central Archives missions. So that's really cool. I can't wait to dive into this more. If you guys want to see me do more of this on the channel, let me know. And we will explore this together. And I'll do a proper XCOM 2 campaign after I beat all this. So, we'll be able to build ourselves a new team again, with all of you guys in it. And we'll be able to take down the aliens together, with our soldiers we've created. So everybody, thank you all very much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and thank you all for checking out this new pack for XCOM with me. I was really excited when I found out this was coming out last week, and I'm always down to play more XCOM, so thank you all very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next video.